Taking my talents to University of Kansas University.
Oh,
Rock chalk, man. Rock chalk. You feel me? Rock chalk.
College basketball has a Tyron Stokes problem, and it starts in Lawrence, Kansas this fall. Think about the full picture. This is a kid from Louisville who moved 4 times before high school, became the #1 recruit in America before his sophomore season, won 3 gold medals with USA Basketball, scored 63 points in a high school game, signed a multi-year Nike deal, and is now walking into Allen Fieldhouse as the most anticipated freshman in college basketball. Bill Self just landed the #1 player in the country, and the Big 12 has a real problem. Before we get into what that means, let's talk about who this kid actually is, because the recruiting rankings tell you he's #1. The highlight tapes tell you he can score. But neither of those things tell you the full story of what's about to walk into Allen Fieldhouse. This is that story. But before we start, if you aren't subscribed yet, you're missing out on breakdowns like this every single week. Hit the subscribe button right now and join NBA Inside. Takes 2 seconds. Now let's get into it. It starts in Louisville, Kentucky, October 12th, 2007. Tyron Stokes was born and basketball became everything almost immediately. He started playing competitively at 6 years old. His father invested in his development from day one, and the sport became the one constant in a childhood where almost nothing else stayed the same. His father moved the family from Louisville to San Diego, then to Atlanta, then to Napa, California. 4 cities before high school. New neighbors, new schools, new teammates every couple of years. But the basketball was always there when everything else was not.
He can do a little bit of everything. He's one of the best shooters I've seen in the state.
By 8th grade, he was already playing up. He competed in the Nike Peach Jam Under-16 category as an 8th grader against high school players on one of the biggest grassroots stages in the country. He more than held his own. Before his freshman year, he enrolled at Prolific Prep in Napa, one of the elite national programs that competes across the country against the best high school talent regardless of state or geography. He averaged 10 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 3 assists as a freshman, helped the program reach the Geico Finals, and earned Max Prep's freshman All-American honors. And that summer, only 2 players from the entire 2026 class got invited to the NBA Players Association Top 100 camp. Tyron Stokes and Dybantsa. That same summer, he went to Mexico with USA Basketball for the 2023 FIBA Under-17 Americas Championship. Won a gold medal averaging 10.3 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game at 15 years old against international competition.
I did not see it, but he finally missed a shot. It was a 3-pointer. I think all 7 of his buckets have come on dunk.
But here's where the recruiting picture changed completely. And it changed before his sophomore year even started. In October 2023, Dybantsa reclassified to the 2025 class. Just like that, Tyron Stokes became the #1 recruit in America. Every program in the country had his name at the top of their board overnight. In his sophomore year, he came back physically different, stronger, heavier. Averaged 13.1 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.1 assists. Earned Max Prep sophomore All-American honors and helped Prolific Prep reach the Nationals again. But the summer told the real story.
He is one of my favorite players to watch right now, and he's just going to keep getting better. I mean, I would not be surprised if he's another #1 player in the country.
Playing for the Oakland Soldiers on the Nike EYBL, he averaged 20.4 points and 9 rebounds at Peach Jam. In the Under-17 final, he put up 22 points and 9 rebounds. The team that beat him starred Cameron Boozer, Caden Boozer, and Caleb Wilson, 3 players who are now either in the NBA or about to be. He went right at all of them. Then came Istanbul, the 2024 FIBA Under-17 World Cup. USA Basketball assembled one of the most talented Under-17 rosters in years and won their 7th consecutive gold medal, beating Italy 129-88 in the final. Stokes was named to the All-Star team of the entire tournament, averaging 12.3 points, 7 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game, third in the entire tournament in assists. A 16-year-old wing dishing 5.6 assists a game on the world stage. His junior year, he transferred to Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks, California. Came back from a wrist injury. Debuted in December with 20 points, averaging 21 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 3.9 assists on the season. Led Notre Dame to the Southern Section Open Division Final and the Southern California Regional Final. He even played football that fall and caught a touchdown pass in his first game. That summer, he led the entire Peach Jam in rebounding at 10.4 per game and ranked second in scoring at 22.2 points per game. Then went to Rucker Park the following month and won MVP at the Slam Summer Classic with 27 points.
Yeah, he's going to be a fun one to watch in the next few years, and I don't think he's going anywhere because of the ties to Rainier Beach, so it should be exciting.
And then, everything shifted again. In November 2025, days before his senior season was supposed to start at Notre Dame, Stokes withdrew from the school and enrolled at Rainier Beach High School in Seattle, Washington, a program with one of the most decorated histories in Pacific Northwest basketball, led by head coach Mike Basaya and occasionally assisted by NBA legend Jamal Crawford, a Rainier Beach alumnus who'd come back to coach his own son J.J. Crawford. Stokes walked into that gym and immediately looked like a man playing against teenagers. On his debut on December 3rd, he had 31 points, 21 of them in the second half in an 81-60 win. The city of Seattle realized quickly that something rare had shown up in their backyard. Then came February 4th, 2026, senior night against West Seattle. Final score 107-38. Tyron Stokes scored 63 points. He broke the school's single-game scoring record. Nobody on that court could stop him. Rainier Beach finished 29-1, then won the WIAA 3A state championship. Stokes averaged 31 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals per game on the season. One scout who watched him all year said he couldn't think of a single player at this stage who compared, and then compared him to Kevin Durant. The McDonald's All-American game was April 1st, 2026, Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona. Stokes started slow, then turned it on in the fourth quarter the way elite players always do. 9 of his 12 points came in the final period. His West team won 102-86. He did not win MVP, but nobody left that building without a clear picture of what was coming to college basketball. He also won a third gold medal that summer with USA Basketball at the 2025 FIBA Under-17 World Cup in Lucerne, Switzerland. Now for the recruitment, because this spot kept the entire basketball world on hold for months. His top 5 in October 2025 was Kansas, Kentucky, Louisville, Oregon, and USC. He cut it to 3 shortly after: Kansas, Kentucky, and Oregon. And the storylines stacked immediately. He's from Louisville. His family still lives there. His mother, when asked how much Kentucky basketball she watched, said it plainly: "We're from Louisville. Louisvillians don't really watch a lot of Kentucky basketball." Louisville had the hometown pull. Kentucky had Mark Pope going all in, at one point reportedly offering Jamal Crawford a spot on his coaching staff specifically to strengthen the connection to Stokes. On April 28, 2026, Tyran Stokes appeared on ESPN's NBA Tip-Off, unwrapped a custom NBA 2K cover of himself in a Crimson Kansas jersey, and committed to the Jayhawks.
Taking my talents to University of Kansas University.
Oh,
Rock chalk, man. Rock chalk. You feel me? Rock chalk.
College basketball insider Jeff Goodman said it immediately. It might be the greatest recruiting job Bill Self has ever done. Kansas now holds the #1 recruiting class in the 2026 cycle, passing Arkansas, Duke, and Michigan. Stokes joins guards Talon Kenny and Luke Barnett. forward Davian Adkins and wing Trent Perry. The Jayhawks built their entire transfer portal class around him specifically, adding Utah's Keanu Dawes, Toledo's Leroy Blyden Jr., and College of Charleston big man Christian Reeves. Bill Self said before Stokes committed that his team was a player away from something truly elite. Now they have that player. So what exactly is Kansas getting? Because the hype's real, but the player behind the hype is worth understanding. 6'7", 230 pounds, 7-foot wingspan. He plays downhill with a force that most college freshmen simply can't handle physically. His 2-point percentage in his junior season was 59.6%. That's a finisher. That's someone who gets where he wants to go and converts when he gets there. He takes the ball off the defensive glass himself and pushes in transition. He scored 63% in a single high school game. He averaged 10 rebounds at the Peach Jam as a sophomore, going against players 2 years older than him.
That's the biggest thing we look at, right, is the way this guy plays above the rim, throws it down. We watched him dunk on kids all year, throw in between the legs dunks, all sorts of stuff.
Analysts have described him as having the length and strength of a forward with the shot creation and driving ability of a guard, especially lethal getting downhill in the open floor. One scout with real credibility compared him directly to Kevin Durant after watching him all season. He's reportedly signed a multi-year Nike deal, and his NIL revenue share at Kansas is reportedly over $7 million. Bill Self spent 3 years telling this kid he's the best player in the world. He clearly believes it. Now the questions, because they are real and they're worth talking about. His three-point shooting has been inconsistent. 28.6% from 3 at the Under-17 World Cup, 30.6% in his junior high school season. His assist-to-turnover ratio on the EYBL circuit was almost 1-to-1. And the athletes he's gonna face in the Big 12 are a completely different world from anything he's seen so far. College is not an automatic coronation, regardless of what the recruiting rankings say. But here's what matters more than any of that.
I think it's when he dunks the ball so much, everybody just wants to pay attention to that. Obviously, his athletic ability is like nothing else, but
he's 6'7", 230 pounds with a 7-foot wingspan, and he's physically ready right now. His body's not a projection, it's already here. Most freshmen spend their first year just trying to survive the physicality of college basketball. Stokes is gonna be one of the most physically imposing players in the Big 12 on day one. Bill Self has sent Frank Mason, Devontae Graham, Josh Jackson, and Darren Peterson to the NBA. He knows exactly what he has. Kansas has not made the Sweet 16 since winning it all in 2022. They have one of the loudest buildings in college basketball, a Hall of Fame coach, and now the #1 player in the country. And that player has a potential top 3 pick ceiling in the 2027 NBA draft if he does what everybody in the building at Allen Fieldhouse expects him to do. College basketball has a Tyron Stokes problem. Because in one season under a coach who's done this over and over again, a kid from Louisville who moved 4 times before he ever set foot in a high school gym is about to show exactly why every program in the country wanted him. Kansas has been waiting for a player to put them back on top. Tyron Stokes has been waiting for a stage big enough to show the world what he is. Looks like they both found what they're looking for. So here's the real question. Can Tyron Stokes be the player who finally brings Kansas back to a Final Four? Or is he gonna be another superstar freshman on a team that still comes up short? Drop your answer in the comments.